Hey guys, well, we just were able to watch Vindication for the first time, and I'm so glad to be here with Miss Sonya and Kat, and I'm Ben. Hopefully, you guys recognize this from the movie. And tonight was a super special night because anytime you invest in a project like this, you know, you get to go through the script and the process of filming. Finally, seeing that product is so awesome. So the fact we got to see it together was super special. So I thank the director Jarod so much for that.
Thanks, Jarod.
Yeah, Jarod. You're the best, man. So, and from the bottom of my heart, I can't speak for these ladies yet, but I really, really loved the movie, man. I'm so happy that you picked me to be a part of this to help tell this story. So, appreciate it, man.
Yeah, my first impression was just being completely wowed by the quality and the lighting and how the acting and all the pieces came together so beautifully. We're all very proud of you. So
very proud. Very proud. I love how the story was. It was so real and it was so honest and not told in a way that you didn't fully and completely believe. And so that was all you and like beautiful editing.
Yeah, seriously.
So,
thank you so much for doing that for us.
Thank you.
Like,
yeah, thank you.
There's something so special about when you see that product for the first time and you go into it so nervous and then it actually exceeds expectation.
Yes.
It's a huge gift, and I'm so thankful, man, for doing that, for cutting my best stuff together. Thank you for finding those good moments in that heap of stuff that we filmed. So thank you so much, man. It was great.
Yes.
I think I don't know if I could pick like a favorite part of it. I don't know. I think it was really just like seeing it as a whole. But I will say, the scene that was cut together with you two guys, I love just seeing that struggle on the screen. You know, it didn't have to be voiced or told, but you could just see that struggle because it's just like your character so wanting him to come back and do the right thing and heal the family, and you who is interested in this guy who's wanting him to be happier where you don't think he's happy with her, and it's just like this great choice right in the middle. I loved how that scene came together.
Yeah, I think that really served everything too, because then you were sitting in the car with you, and we really didn't know. The audience is like, what is going to happen? Like, what is he going to do? We don't know, and it's like a really beautiful stylistic choice to lead up to that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we all like talked about another amazing thing was that all these characters have good and bad. You know, like I'm not a perfect angel wife. I'm super harsh with him when you first see me. So then when you see Sonya come in with this sweet demeanor and being so bubbly and kind, she's not playing to that evil woman stereotype. Instead, you like see the good in her too, even though, you know, she's in that position. And we just loved, and same with Ben's character, they all have, you see the best and the worst of these people, and that makes it so much more real. So very cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know about you guys. I'm actually curious because, you know, Jarod kind of contacted us all individually. So for you guys, like, what kind of drew you to do this story, to fly from LA to Texas to film Vindication? What like stood out for you that wanted you to do it?
Well, I was really excited because I don't usually get to play that type of character. So I looked at that as like a great opportunity to, you know, just grow as an actor and see what I would do with that. And so, yeah, plus it was like the first time I was flown out somewhere to do anything. So that was very exciting for me. But yeah, no, I just really like the idea of playing somebody who, you know, who's complicated and isn't the protagonist, you know, is somebody who, like, she is written as the character that is the bad one, you know, but like Kat was saying, like, I think it's always good to find the humanity in everyone, and so that was what was exciting to me, was just like, how do I find the humanity in a person who, you know, isn't making the same choices that I would make. So yeah, so really, honestly, the character of Rebecca like drew me to the project for sure.
It was the same for me. I loved the script, and I was completely flattered that Jarod had seen me in a different movie and liked me enough in that one to bring me out and to even consider me was so flattering to me, and he kept in touch, and we were in touch, and I definitely wanted to do more Christian films. That's been something that I really am passionate about, and I do want to do more of them. And so I was excited about that. And I was living in LA, but used to live in Texas. So I also was like, and I could go back to Texas. So it was like a win-win on all fronts.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's so true with it. When you go through it and you read it for the first time, it's like, I think every actor wants to be a piece to tell an awesome story. And when I read through it, I'm like, wow, this is so interesting. Like, it's so much fun to watch. It's not just like a level thing. Like, you see this guy go on this really troublesome journey and struggle with so many things. And I'm like, as an actor, I was like, man, this is going to be so cool, because each day I get to do something completely different. I get to be a completely different guy in a different situation. So it was awesome. And then, like you said, you know, doing a faith project is really dear to my heart, too, because that's really where my passion is. I want to make movies that also are inspiring and that can lead people to Jesus, but also, you know, even as a filmmaker itself, it's great to be a part of a project that won't just entertain you for 26 minutes, but it could change you for the rest of your life or help you make that tough decision when you're in that same situation. So, you know, for me, it wasn't, I mean, as an actor, I was stoked, because I was like, okay, I get to like really struggle with this stuff, and I get to have a bawling scene in a kitchen, and I get to fight, and I get to yell and do all this stuff. But, you know, at the same time, it's like you said, these are real people. No one's just evil, and a lot of people can find themselves in that same situation. So to be able to tell that story in a well-directed, well-edited, well-put-together film is what I was excited about.
Mm. And Jarod, you're a great director. All of us were so wowed by the finished product and by working with you. So he was kind of self-conscious during the process, and I'm like, he's fine.
Yeah,
like, what is
it? We all really appreciated, like,
I think, yeah,
how you just let us do what we were gonna do for. I mean, that's kind of some of the best. Like, directors just like let it happen first, you know, like without trying to make those things, you know, just control too much, and you never controlled. So
and the crew was so sweet too, and the lighting and cinematography and sound, everything turned out so beautiful. So
yeah, I think I remember Jarod, like the first scenes that we did were the interrogation scenes. And I was really excited to work with Todd Terry, because I'm a huge Breaking Bad fan, and I've seen him in some other films like 8 Days, so I was like, oh, I can't wait to be in the room, like literally locked in a room with this awesome actor. So I was really excited and then nervous preparing for it. And Jarod actually sat me down, and he's like, okay, so which one do you want to film first? I'm going, I was like, oh, I get to pick? This is great. We don't have to film it in sequence. So we went through trying to film it in sequence or just piece by piece, which really helped me. You know, it took a lot of pressure off my shoulders, and I could just kind of relax and be there with you guys. So thank you so much for that, Jarod. Like, that was great. It really helped me out. And I know he asked us an interesting question that you wanted us to talk about too. You wanted to know what we would take away from the film 10 years from now, like looking back, right? Is that what?
Yeah, 10 years from now, what will you remember about Vindication or working on Vindication?
Well, you guys want to tackle that?
I know what I would remember.
I do too.
Because, yeah, first of all, it's my first time in Texas, and I was always really excited about going to Texas. I like cowboys and stuff, and I love Westerns. And anyways, so I was excited to go to Texas. But I had some really amazing conversations with people on set and in the van going to set. And so I just really enjoyed meeting everybody who was involved and hearing their stories and, like, why they were committed to these, like, the projects they're committed to, and just stories about their own lives. And I had some really amazing conversations, and that is what I will remember more than anything. Also, going and getting some good old Texas barbecue at the very end, right before I flew off, was super amazing. But yeah, that's it for me, is those conversations.
Yeah, I would say it's crazy to even, you know, imagine 10 years from now. But I know from the limited experience that I've had, you know, with film and that sort of thing, it's sometimes the projects, they can kind of blend together, because, you know, you have to do it and you move on to the next. But what you never forget are the people you've worked with, really. It's like you have those relationships. And so to get down there to Texas and meet all you guys that poured your heart out into this thing, for that, you know, for the crew and cast was 3 days, but then for Jarod and the people in post working for months putting this thing together, you know, remembering those guys that you worked on set that went into the project, you know, you just remember those relationships and getting to hang out and meet everyone, that kind of thing was awesome. And then also kind of the emotional stuff that you experience just in the scenes themselves. It's, you know, you may do other projects, but you're never in that exact moment with that wife at the time, or that girl that's tempting you to do this kind of thing. So those kind of emotions that you experience there, you can't get that anywhere else. And so to have that there on set, you always remember those moments as well.
That's so true.
Yeah, for me, a lot of the cast and crew knows this already because they were all there. But on my last day of shooting, the last thing we shot was the kitchen scene. And it was the very end of a very long day, and I was exhausted, and I just, like, something wasn't clicking, and I wanted that scene to just be really good. And there came a moment when I just stopped and realized like I have to surrender this to God, and I asked everyone to pray for me, and they did. Everyone stopped and prayed, and then the scene happened, and that is what I definitely will remember in 10 years, because it actually was a pretty big turning point for me as an actor, allowing God to be a much bigger part of my process, and knowing that, you know, you as an actor, you're not alone. Like and your most brilliant work is not you. It comes from, you know, a higher place, and that's something I definitely moved me.
That's beautiful.
Like even the other day, I found out I booked a commercial, and right before I went into the room, that song "You Are Not Alone" was playing, and I just remembered Vindication again, and it's like a constant reminder when I get stressed out and you think you have to control everything, or you think this is all on your shoulders, to just like, nope, I'm not alone right now, and my best work does not even come from me, so I can take that pressure off myself.
That was seriously beautiful.
I want to add to that too, just because, you know,
he was there.
And I remember I did like my takes of it, and then you had to be like the last, but you know, it's the end of the day. We'd literally been going like, you're almost like emotionally spent, and then I remember being in the scene and watching Kat, and then like they called cut, and I was like, yeah, that was it. That was one taker. That was amazing. And then Kat's like, now can we, you know, go again? I want to literally pray about it. I want to get this right, kind of thing. I was like, what? There's more? And then we all prayed, and you went in and somehow crushed it even further. And it was just great to see that moment and that happen.
Yeah.
This is like, it's just, especially in a faith project where there already have people praying for you, and a lot of thought going into it, and then to see you have a moment like that on set was hugely impactful for me too as an actor. I'm like, wow, sometimes you think you can do it on your own power, and then you really got in. And then this is what happened. That was
and
awesome.
I would have never been able to ask the whole crew to pray for me on most projects. So that was very nice.
Okay, so add that story to what I'll remember 10 years from now.
I think I also remember like trying to find that. I want to actually find that taco place. They sound like they were pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I want to go back and find that place.
Yes.
Like, these tacos are amazing.
Those delicious tacos. Actually, I did go get tacos right when I came in. But I don't know if it was the same place. So.
And then we were laughing because we shared a hotel room the first night. So we we were like ships in the wind passing.
Which is pretty awesome.
And we had we had to like go to sleep, but we were already like, we're going to be friends.
Yeah,
like we're giggling.
We took a picture and we're like, uh-oh, like mistress and wife.
I know, yeah. And then after watching it, we were so excited that montage, we like have screen time together. We were like, yes!
Oh, that's perfect.
So it worked out great. Really great job. Thank you.
Yes,
we wish you could be there. Enjoy Vindication. I think they're showing this after the movie, so I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, really.
I hope you cried.
I hope you cried.
I actually almost did. Like, some of the parts where you guys are... Yeah.